Good morning and welcome back to BIFA TV, your daily dose of industry information. Today we're joined once again by Steve Parker for his DG column, and this time from March. So Steve, thank you so much for joining us. How are you
Morning.
today?
I'm very good, thank you. You?
I'm very good, thank you. And of course, this month you've titled your column "As Mad as a March Hare." So exactly what does that mean, and how have we got there?
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Brooke. A little bit of an unusual title, maybe, but there is some logic to it. When I was a kid, I had an uncle who, whenever he came to visit us, he would rush in, he'd rush out. He was never there for very long. Always seemed to have more important things to do than visit us, and always seemed to be in a rush.
Right.
And my mum and dad would say when he left, "Oh my goodness, he's as mad as a March hare."
Okay.
And I thought, well, do you know what? That's what March is feeling a bit like for us.
Yeah.
You know, we are caught in a way between what we did for the awards in January and our upcoming conference in May, and here we are in the middle of that, trying to establish all the stuff we need to do in March. And actually, some important things are being done. So, the mad as a March hare is true in nature. In March, the hares get very excited. They're up and they're running. They're stamping all over the place. They're creating their territory, their area, and they're trying to stamp their authority on what they want. So actually, we are doing some of that in March too.
Yeah.
So we are trying to stamp some of our authority on some of the things that are going on in March. And I thought it'd be great to share some of those with our members today. So
Perfect, thank you so much. And like you said, March is very busy. So what have we got coming up?
yeah, there are a number of things. First of all, I'm off to uh, an event at the Houses of Parliament that's being hosted by the British Association of Removers.
Right.
Okay, most of what they need is about domestic transport across the UK, but of course they also move freight and remove goods in and outside of the UK, and of course they have to go across the border, and they're particularly worried about the 90 and 180-day requirement that's potentially coming, which of course we've covered on BIFA Link TV before, but I'm going there to show some support for them. I've also been invited to the Finnish ambassador's residence to talk about the way in which freight moves from Finland and Estonia, as it happens, to the UK, and whether there's the opportunity to develop and streamline some of that. And apparently they've got some ideas they want to share with us, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'll go and represent BIFA and do that and get that up and running. And then probably something a bit different. We'll be at the Liverpool dinner, which of course is a charity event supported by BIFA, and we'll host 300 odd people there. And of course, the idea is to raise money for charity, which is fantastic, and we're quite happy to support that. That we will do that in March too. And then later on in the month, it is the FIATA headquarters meeting. So I'll go to the FIATA for a few days. There I'll be putting the views of BIFA onto that global stage and trying to make sure that whatever comes out globally from all those authorities, actually we are heard and we're part of that process. And then very late in the month, one of the last weeks in the month, I will be over in Northern Ireland for our Belfast members meeting, for which I'm pleased to say HMRC have agreed to come again, and that's good news, and we'll advertise all of that. And actually, we'll talk about the winter framework and all the stuff that's going on in Northern Ireland. Lots of changes there, of course, as it always seems to be in Northern Ireland. So I will be over there at the end of the month. So you can see, I thought March might be a little bit of a slowdown, but actually it's remained quite busy, and there's a lot of things going on, which I thought would be great for our members to know. Some of those things won't meet the highlights in the way others do, so they continue to go on. We continue to work. We continue to serve the industry as best we can, really.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Stephen. It really does sound like a busy month.
It is a busy month, yes. Thank you.
Tickets for our Belfast regional meeting are still available, and they are free, of course. So if you do want to reserve a place at this meeting, there will be a link in our description. The March edition of BIFA Link is also available now to download. There will also be a link to that in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today's edition of BIFA Link TV, your daily dose of industry information.